The evidence against Ahsoka looked damning. Nanodroids in her possession. Letta Terman dead in her cell. Security footage showing Ahsoka fleeing the scene. The military wanted her arrested immediately. Admiral Tarkin demanded a court-martial. But this time, the Jedi Council hesitated. Rush to judgment, we must not, Yoda said, his ancient voice heavy with concern. Wrong, something feels. Mace Windu agreed. Ahsoka Tano has served with honor for 3 years. She deserves a proper investigation before we hand her over to the military. Anakin stood before the council, desperate. Masters, please. Give me time. I know Ahsoka. She didn't do this. PLO Kun stepped forward. I brought Ahsoka to this temple as a youngling. I watched her grow. This is not her way. For once, the council listened. They gave Anakin 48 hours. He didn't waste a second. Anakin, PLO Kun, and a hesitant Barriss Offee searched for evidence. Barriss had been Ahsoka's friend, and Anakin trusted her to help clear his Padawan's name. But as they investigated, Anakin noticed something strange. Barriss kept steering them away from certain leads. She suggested Ahsoka might have been unstable, that the war had changed her. Barriss, what are you doing? Anakin asked. I'm trying to help. No, you're trying to protect someone. His eyes narrowed. Or yourself. Barriss's face went pale. Anakin reached out through the Force and felt it. Guilt. Fear. Deception. It was you. Barriss ignited her lightsaber. The duel was brief but brutal. PLO Kun arrived just in time, helping Anakin disarm her. On her knees, Barriss confessed everything. The Jedi have lost their way. We become soldiers. I had to make a statement. By framing your friend, Anakin shouted. Barriss was taken into custody. Ahsoka was cleared immediately. When she returned to the temple, the council apologized. Failed you? We did not, Yoda said. Believed in you, we did. Ahsoka looked around at the masters who had stood by her. At Anakin, who never gave up. At PLO Kun, who'd known her since childhood. The council offered her the rank of Jedi Knight as an apology for the ordeal. But Ahsoka shook her head. I don't need to be a knight yet, masters. I still have more to learn. She looked at Anakin. If my master will still have me. Anakin smiled, tears in his eyes. Always snips. The decision was made. Ahsoka Tano remained in the Jedi Order. And across the galaxy, in his Chancellor's office, Palpatine felt the shift in the Force. His carefully laid plans had just been disrupted, and that could not be allowed. The war continued, but something had changed. Anakin fought with renewed purpose. Not reckless. Not angry. Focused. Because Ahsoka was watching. On Cato Neimoidia, when Separatist forces ambushed the 501st, Anakin wanted to charge in alone. It's what he always did, take the fight head-on. Consequences be damned. But Ahsoka stopped him. Master, wait. There's another way. She proposed a flanking maneuver. Risky but smarter. Anakin listened. They won the battle with minimal casualties. Obi-Wan noticed the change immediately. You're actually thinking before you act now. I'm impressed. I have a good teacher, Anakin said, glancing at Ahsoka. She grinned. I learned from the best, even if he's still a little reckless. Their bond deepened. Master and Padawan. But more than that, family. Ahsoka became the little sister Anakin never had. Someone who challenged him, grounded him, reminded him what he was fighting for. And it made all the difference. When Anakin's nightmares about Padme began, visions of her dying in childbirth, he didn't hide them. He told Ahsoka, Master, the Force shows us possibilities, not certainties, she said. You taught me that. But what if it's real? What if I lose her? Then we'll find a way to stop it. Together. But you can't let fear control you. Her words echoed in his mind. Fear. Attachment. The path to the dark side. But Ahsoka didn't tell him to let go of Padme. She told him to trust. Trust the Force. Trust his friends. Trust himself. It was exactly what Anakin needed to hear. Meanwhile, Palpatine watched from the shadows. The Chancellor had spent years grooming Anakin, feeding his fears, isolating him from the Jedi. But Ahsoka's presence was undoing everything. She kept Anakin connected to the Order, to the light. Palpatine tried subtle manipulation. Young Skywalker, you seem distracted lately. Just focus, Chancellor. Ahsoka and I have been working well together. Ah yes, you're Padawan. Tell me, do you ever worry that the Council uses her to keep you in line? Anakin frowned. What do you mean? Nothing, my boy. Just be careful. The Jedi Council doesn't always have your best interests at heart. But the seeds of doubt didn't take root. Because every time Palpatine tried to whisper poison, Ahsoka was there to remind Anakin of the truth. The Jedi weren't perfect, but they were trying. And so was he. Palpatine realized the terrible truth. As long as Ahsoka Tano lived, Anakin Skywalker would never fall. And without Anakin as his apprentice, Order 66 will be far more difficult to execute. The Chosen One was supposed to destroy the Jedi, not save them. Palpatine made a decision. Ahsoka Tano had to die, and had to look like an accident. The mission briefing came directly from the Chancellor's office. Intelligence suggests a major separatist weapons facility on Raxus Secundus. Palpatine explained to the Jedi Council via hologram. If we strike now, we could cripple their droid production for months. Mace Windu studied the data. This seems almost too convenient. War often is Master Windu. I recommend sending a small strike team. Fast. Surgical. Yoda nodded slowly. Agree, I do. Send Master Skywalker and Commander Tano. We shall. Palpatine smiled inwardly. Perfect. But Anakin sensed something wrong the moment they arrived. Raxus Secundus was a trap. The weapons facility was heavily fortified, far beyond what intel suggested. Thousands of battle droids. Separatist cruisers in orbit. And worst of all, the facility was rigged to explode. Master, we need to pull back. Ahsoka shouted over the comm. Negative. We're too deep. Push forward. They fought through waves of droids, but the facility's defenses were overwhelming. Then Anakin heard it. A transmission. Encrypted. Separatist command frequency. Target confirmed. Ahsoka Tano. Eliminate on sight. His blood went cold. This wasn't about the facility. It was about her. Ahsoka. Fall back. Now. What? Why? Explosions rocked the compound. Structural supports collapsed. The entire facility was coming down. Anakin grabbed Ahsoka and ran, using the Force to shield them from falling debris. They barely made it to their gunship before the explosion consumed everything. As they escaped into orbit, Anakin reviewed the mission logs. The intel had come from the Chancellor's office. The timing was too precise. The targeting too specific. Someone tried to kill you, Anakin said quietly. Who? I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out. Back on Coruscant, Palpatine received the report. Ahsoka Tano survived. He controlled his fury. One failure. That's all this was. But he couldn't risk another direct attempt. Anakin was already suspicious. No, he needed something subtler. Something that would remove Ahsoka from the board permanently, while keeping Anakin's trust. Then an idea formed. The inhibitor chips. If he couldn't kill Ahsoka outright, perhaps he could engineer a situation where the clones did it for him. An early activation. A field test. 1 battalion. 1 target. And if Ahsoka Tano uncovered the chips in the process, well, that would force his timeline forward. But would also remove the one obstacle standing between him and Anakin Skywalker's fall. Palpatine made the call. Activate Protocol 66. Limited deployment. Target, Commander Tano. And on a distant battlefield, Captain Rex's inhibitor chip began to hum. It happened on Onderon. Ahsoka was leading a supply run with Captain Rex and a squad from the 501st. Routine. Safe. Then Rex stopped walking. Captain. Ahsoka turned. Everything okay? Rex's eyes went blank. Lifeless. Good soldiers follow orders. He raised his blaster. Ahsoka ignited her lightsaber just in time, deflecting the shot. Rex, what are you doing? The other clones opened fire. She dodged, confused and terrified. These were friends. Her brothers. Stand down. That's an order. But they didn't stop. Couldn't stop. Ahsoka ran, using the Force to collapse a doorway behind her. She needed distance. Time to think. Then as suddenly as it started, it stopped. Rex collapsed, clutching his head. To what do I owe the pleasure? Mace didn't waste time. Chancellor, we've uncovered a conspiracy. Inhibitor chips in the clones, designed to execute the Jedi. The activation signal came from this building. Palpatine's smile didn't falter. Master Windu, that's a very serious accusation. It's not an accusation. It's a fact. Then someone has clearly manipulated the data to implicate me. I am as disturbed by this revelation as you are. Anakin watched Palpatine's face, searching, hoping to see the truth. But through the Force, he felt it. Deception. Cold. Calculating. Dark. You knew, Anakin whispered. You've known all along. Palpatine's smile faded. My boy, don't. Anakin ignited his lightsaber. Don't call me that. Who are you? Really? For a long moment, Palpatine said nothing. Then he laughed. A low, sinister sound. I am inevitable. The room exploded with dark side energy. Mace and Ahsoka ignited their sabers as Palpatine's face twisted, revealing the Sith Lord beneath. I am Darth Sidious. And you, Anakin Skywalker, were supposed to be mine. He unleashed Force lightning. Mace blocked it with a saber. Ahsoka moved to flank. Anakin stood frozen, his world collapsing. You lied to me. Everything. All of it. I offered you power. I offered you the ability to save those you love. And you chose the Jedi. The very order that would let Padme die. Anakin's eyes widened. How do you know about Padme? I know everything, boy. Your secret marriage. Her pregnancy. And yes, I know she will die. Unless you embrace the dark side. He's lying, Master. Ahsoka shouted. Don't listen to him. But Palpatine pressed on. The Jedi cannot save her. Only I have the power to cheat death. Anakin's saber wavered, torn between love and duty. Then Ahsoka stepped in front of him. Anakin, look at me. He did. We'll find another way. Together. But not like this. Never like this. Her words cut through the darkness. Anakin steadied himself. You're right, Snips. He turned to Palpatine, saber raised. You lose. Sidious snarled. Then you all die. He triggered a hidden comm and across the galaxy. Order 66 activated. The galaxy burned. On Cato Neimoidia, Commander Cody's chip activated. He aimed at Obi-Wan Kenobi. But Obi-Wan felt the betrayal through the Force. He dodged. Cody, fight it. Cody's hand trembled. I can't. Orders must follow orders. But some clones, those whose chips had already been removed, tackled Cody, holding him down. General, run, one of them shouted. Obi-Wan fled into the wilderness, barely escaping. On Kashyyyk, Yoda beheaded Commander Gree before the chip fully activated. But not every Jedi was so lucky. Ki-Adi-Mundi fell on Mygeeto. Aayla Secura on Felucia. Dozens of Jedi Masters, cut down by the soldiers they trusted. On Coruscant, the 501st stormed the Jedi Temple. But this time, the temple was ready. Ahsoka had warned them. Kix had started removing chips. Hundreds of clones fought with the Jedi instead of against them. The temple became a battlefield. Brother against brother. Jedi defending younglings. Chaos everywhere. And in the Chancellor's office, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Mace fought Darth Sidious. The Sith Lord was powerful. More powerful than any of them anticipated. Lightning. Telekinesis. Raw dark side fury. Mace pressed the attack, his Vapad form channeling Sidious darkness back at him. Ahsoka moved like water, dodging strikes and looking for openings. Anakin fought with everything he had. Not for vengeance, but to protect the people he loved. You cannot win. Sidious roared. The Jedi are already dead. The Republic is mine. Not while we still stand. Mace shouted. He drove Sidious back toward the window. The Sith Lord stumbled, lightning faltering. This was it. The moment. Mace raised his saber for the killing blow. But Anakin hesitated. Wait. He knows how to save Padme. If we kill him, he's lying, Anakin. Ahsoka shouted. It's what Sith do. Anakin's saber wavered. Love versus duty. Fear versus trust. Then he remembered Ahsoka's words. We'll find another way. Together. He made his choice. Do it, Master Windu. Mace brought his saber down. Sidious screamed, unleashing one final burst of Force lightning. Not at Mace, but at Ahsoka. No! Anakin threw himself in front of her, absorbing the blast. He collapsed, smoke rising from his robes. Master! Ahsoka caught him. Mace's saber struck Sidious. The Sith Lord fell backward through the shattered window, plummeting into the Coruscant abyss. But in the chaos, his body vanished. Teleported. Cloned. Contingency plans within contingency plans. Darth Sidious was not dead. He was gone. And Anakin Skywalker lay dying in Ahsoka's arms. Anakin woke 3 days later in the Jedi Temple medical wing. The first face he saw was Ahsoka's. Master, you're awake. He tried to sit up, wincing. Did we stop him? Mace struck him down, but his body disappeared. We think he had a contingency. Cloning tech. Or Sith alchemy. Anakin closed his eyes. So he's still out there. Yes, but the Jedi survived. The clones who had their chips removed fought with us. The ones who didn't, we're working on deprogramming them. And Padme. Ahsoka smiled. She's fine. The healers examined her. The vision you had, it wasn't a certainty, just a fear. She's healthy. The twins are healthy. Relief flooded through Anakin. Twins. Surprise. He laughed weakly. Almost lost everything. My soul. My family. The Order. But you didn't. You chose the light. Even when it was hard. Anakin took her hand. Because you were there, Snips. You kept me anchored. Obi-Wan entered, looking exhausted but alive. Anakin, good to see you awake. Master, what's the situation? Grim. The Republic is fractured. Palpatine's disappearance left a power vacuum. Some senators want to rebuild. Others want to seize control. And the Separatists, without Sidious pulling the strings, some are surrendering. Others are going rogue. Yoda hobbled in, leaning on his staff. Dark times these are. But hope we still have. Mace Windu stood at the doorway. The Council has decided. The Jedi will step back from military command. We'll help rebuild, but we won't be generals anymore. That was Sidious' trap. We fell into it once. Never again. Anakin nodded. What about Sidious? He's still out there. Then we hunt him, Ahsoka said. We find him, and we end this. For good. Obi-Wan sighed. He's vanished into the unknown regions. No Republic presence. No star charts. It could take years. Then we take years, Anakin said, standing despite his injuries. He tried to destroy us. He tried to turn me. He almost succeeded. But as long as we stand together, he can't win. Across the galaxy, on a hidden Sith world deep in the unknown regions, Darth Sidious rebuilt. His body was broken. His empire stillborn. His apprentice lost. But he was patient. The Sith had waited 1,000 years. He could wait a little longer. They think they've won, he whispered into the darkness. But I am eternal. And when I return, the galaxy will burn. The war wasn't over. It had only just begun. 5 years after Order 66, the galaxy was healing. Slowly. Painfully. But healing. The Republic restructured. The clones, those freed from their programming, were given citizenship. Homes. Futures. The Jedi Order rebuilt, smaller but wiser. No more armies. No more politics. Just guardians of peace. And at the center of it all stood two figures. Anakin Skywalker, Jedi Master. Hero of the Clone Wars. Father of two. And Ahsoka Tano, Jedi Master. The Padawan who saved her master and the galaxy. Together, they led a task force hunting Darth Sidious across the unknown regions. It was dangerous work. Sith cults, remnant droid armies, worlds twisted by the dark side. But they pressed on. On the planet Exegol, they finally found him. Sidious had built a hidden fortress. Cloning tanks, Sith loyalists, a fleet of star destroyers hidden in the shadows. He's been planning this the whole time, Obi-Wan said, analyzing the intel. Even in defeat, he prepared. Then we end it, Anakin said. Here. Now. The assault was brutal. Jedi and clones fought side by side. Rex led the ground forces. Ahsoka and Anakin cut through Sith acolytes and dark side experiments. At the heart of the fortress, they found him. Darth Sidious. Older. Weaker. but still dangerous. Skywalker, Tano,